Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Mohammed Attar, and I've been the Chief Product Officer at Front for the past 3 years. At Front, we've always prioritized helping businesses deliver five-star customer service, and today I'm excited to share with you some of our latest innovations that will drive support teams to raise that bar even higher. We know generative AI is transforming what's possible in customer service, and at Front, we have a strategy and a roadmap to partner with support leaders on how to lead their teams through this transformation. We'll start our session today introducing you to our new CEO, Dan O'Connell. Dan, can you switch slides, please? And Dan will share some insights into what he's learned in his first 90 days, his vision for Front, and how AI will transform customer service. I'll then come back and walk you through some recent launches and provide a sneak peek at what's coming soon, and we'll close with Q&A. This session is being recorded, and we'll share it after the event in case you'd like to watch it again or share it with others. Let me hand it off to Dan. Dan?
Awesome. Thanks, Mo. And so great to be here. And thanks to everybody that's joining us. As Mo alluded to, I recently joined Front. I can't think of a better company, a better product, a better business to be part of. And to provide a little bit of context just on my background, I started my career growing up in Silicon Valley, was fortunate to join Google, surprisingly at the similar size that Front is today, where it was a small startup, less than 300 people. I was there for a decade. I built out a number of their sales organizations. And it was really my first introduction to understand the opportunity around sales and support and just the plethora of opportunities that are there. I left Google with my boss to join and scale another ad tech business called AdRoll. I was responsible for taking that business from 20 million to north of 100 million. And really my first opportunity to actually be at the helm of driving scale and opportunity. And again, it was an opportunity that highlighted just the importance of sales and support conversations and how critical those are for businesses. My dad was a CEO, and I always wanted to follow in his footsteps. I was fortunate after a 5-year run at AdRoll to meet two technical founders. It was always running sales organizations and support teams. It always became apparent to me that if you could understand what was happening in those conversations, there was just this plethora of opportunities. And so met two technical founders here in San Francisco. We built one of the first real-time speech recognition engines on the planet called TalkIQ, backed by Salesforce. And this was a way that we could go and capture and understand conversations in real time to go and drive outcomes for sales and support organizations. That business was acquired by a communications platform called Dialpad that does voice, video, and text on any device anywhere in the world. And I was at an amazing 6-year run at that business. I was a CRO from taking that business from about 30 million to north of 200 million in annual recurring revenue. In the past 2 years there, prior to joining Front, was focused on building our AI vision and strategy and responsible for our AI product and engineering teams. When the opportunity showed up for me to join Front, and I had this wonderful connection with our founding team here at Front with Laurent and Mathilde, our former CEO, this was just an amazing opportunity. Front is a communications platform. We're focused on support. It's a market I've cared intimately about. It's a market that I've focused the past 10 years on of how do you introduce and innovate with AI technologies. And I'm really excited to talk about our vision and execution today with Mo here. I'll spend a little bit of time talking about the opportunity around conversational data, the opportunity around support and service and operations. And then Mo will spend time talking through the specific features and a little more of the vision of what you can expect in the future. To no surprise, when I talk about conversational support and the opportunities for service organizations, I think this is relevant for every business on the planet. It doesn't matter if you're a business like Convelio, which is focused on delivering priceless works of art and making sure that they show up on time and safely, or a business like Talon Air that's focused on providing private air travel and making sure that they want to go the extra mile for their customers, or one of the other 8,500 customers that leverage Front today. We know that you care about understanding your customer conversations. We know that you care about team collaboration internally to provide the best level support and service on the planet. When I first joined Front, coming from a DNA and go-to-market, the thing I care about most is connecting with customers and learning about what do they love us about. To me, it became like three things were readily apparent. The first is that Front is a full, complete product solution for their support and operation needs. It doesn't matter whether you're looking for digital deflection in chatbots, whether it was around shared inbox or ticketing, or even knowledge base or the analytics behind the support teams. we checked every box. And I think there's this wonderful quote on the slide from MongoDB, which is a massive company that really is focused on how do they leverage Front to go and check every service and support need that they have. The second thing that showed up for me as I spoke with more customers was just how easy it is to implement Front, to manage it, to deploy it. And I think this is something that really stands out for us, which is you really want to have powerful software. You want to know that that software can scale with you on your journey. As I said, we've highlighted that we can work with large and small customers. We've got a plethora of those opportunities, or plethora of those companies with us. But you also want it to be really easy to provision in this day and age, especially nowadays where we know that digital transformation is a real thing. So again, another wonderful quote and testament of just how easy it is to get started with Front, to implement it, to see it scale with you, and to deploy it. And I think the very last thing that showed up for me very quickly was just that people were inspired by our vision and our execution. Mo and I are big believers that, look, when you buy a piece of software, you want that software to scale with you. You also want it to constantly get better. And I think that's important for me. As I think about what is our opportunity ahead, we want to be seen as the innovators in the space. We want to deliver cutting edge features in your hands faster than any other business on the planet, so you can go and provide the very best service and drive the very best, the most efficiency internally for you. It's one thing for me to go and say that, hey, I've had a couple customer conversations. Here's what a few folks have said. I love putting slides up like this, where I get to go and say, look, it's not just me and a few of the conversations that I've had immediately joining the company. This is about 17,000 different reviews that have showed up that are a testament to Front is one of the very best tools to deliver exceptional service and support at scale. I encourage people to go to G2. You can look at all of the reviews. You can look at all of the different dimensions that people care about or rate us on. We are leaders in the vast, vast majority of them. And so again, I think it's just an exceptional opportunity and a highlight to the testament for all of the work that our team has done. When I think about the opportunities ahead, you've heard me allude and speak a little bit about this conversational data. Every day, these conversations happen within service and support teams. And really what we're focused on is how do we start to analyze and understand that conversation data so we can actually start to help you make better decisions, so you can understand and start to categorize the information, so you can actually start to be proactive in managing your business. And again, this is why I'm really excited to talk about this today and our vision and future of how AI will transform this business and opportunity. We're using this data to build the next generation customer-first support platform. We want to be the one-stop shop, a single pane of glass for all of your support needs. It doesn't matter whether those needs are to handling digital deflection, supporting customers across channels, ticketing, shared inbox. And I'm a big believer that you don't want to then go and have a data warehouse that's going to provide all of the analytics. You want a single piece of software that can help you make decisions to go and drive your business forward. And Mo and I are big believers, along with the rest of the team, that your data is your data. You should have the APIs, you should have the tools, you should have the developer support to go and take that data and plug it into a different data warehouse if you want, or to go and export it and take it with you. And again, another thing we're really focused on is making sure we've got adequate and complete dashboarding and analytics. This conversational data, though, today is unstructured. And something that I alluded to when I started was there's this massive opportunity that we have these conversations every day, whether they're sales conversations, service or support conversations, or even just internal conversations. A lot of that data is lost. And I think one of the biggest opportunities we have is how do we categorize that data? If we can categorize that data and label it for you, you can then start to make decisions from it. What are the most common requests? How do you build a better product? How do you provide the best service? How do you proactively get ahead of customers that might be leading to churn or are frustrated? These are all things that Mo and our AI team are working on. How do we start to categorize the data? How do we start to enhance it? How do we help you be proactive? And again, we'll talk into what we think are the three biggest opportunities for AI and how they'll play out in the customer support market. A little bit of a hyperbole, it wouldn't be an AI webinar and presentation if I didn't have a slide that says AI is redefining customer support, to no surprise, but it's true. And you see me smile and laugh on it, but this is why I've been passionate and I've been building with these technologies for the past decade. It was evident to me when I was working at Google and at scale at AdRoll to say, look, all of these conversations are happening. They're the most important conversations for any business to understand. They're critical, and there is a massive opportunity to understand them to drive automation, assistance, and insights. And again, I think this is the opportunity ahead for us. We're not only powering those communications in front, we want to help you analyze and understand them, and we want to help you be much more proactive in providing next level support and service. I also want to highlight that we want to partner with businesses on this. I think there's a lot of, when I look out in the market, we have a slightly different view that AI isn't here to replace teams, it's here to enhance teams. I think we recognize that there's a human element and touch that's important to support. And I personally believe that full automation is going to take a lot longer to show up than what we probably expect or realize in the market. And so again, our vision and our focus is about how do we enhance your teams? We recognize that your teams are a personal touch to your customers, that they're important and unique. Our support team internally, I constantly get comments and just highlights of the exceptional support that they're providing our customers. We don't want that to go away. We view that as a value add. We view that as unique and special. And again, our focus is how do we enhance that? How do we free them up from the mundane tasks and allow them to spend more time on complex things and then build tools to help them do them faster, better, and easier? We see 3 immediate opportunities with AI that I'd like to talk through. The first is assistance. And this is something that I just alluded to, which is we recognize that there's different levels of expertise on teams. There's different levels of tenure, there's different needs. And so you want to have tools that understand those levels of complexity and are built to assist you in doing your job better, faster, and easier. This might be things like suggested answers to questions. It can be suggested replies. It can be highlighting issues and actually immediately routing them to a specific escalation point. But again, we're big believers that we want to understand what's happening in those conversations as they happen and help you work through them faster and easier and smarter. The next one gets into automation. And I think one of the clearest opportunities here is how do you provide automation to handle digital deflection and allow your customers to get the answers that they need without necessarily engaging with your team. And so there's a lot of focus that Mo will talk about on digital deflection features that we have, such as AI chatbots, and also how do we automatically start to build help center articles and knowledge base articles, which we know take a lot of upkeep for teams. And then the last opportunity that I've alluded to here is really around insights. These conversations happen. We want to help you start to understand the sentiment of the conversations. We want to start to automatically tag them for you. And if we can do those 2 things, the next level of feature starts to open up. Smart routing. If we can understand who handles issues the best and does it the fastest, perhaps we should then recommend rules of who to route things to. Again, these are all of the types of opportunities that open up for Front. These are the things that Mo, myself, the rest of the AI and product team and engineering teams sit down and talk about. And we want to move really quickly on delivering these features to you as fast as possible. I'm a big believer that I think speed is a competitive advantage. And so, as I said, this is not the first time that you hear us talk about our story and our journey. But again, we'll be pushing on delivering these innovative features as quickly as possible. The other thing I would just quickly highlight is we're still learning with these technologies. A lot of these features we're going to put in the hands, and we're not going to focus on price for them. Again, I think we're at this really unique moment in time where AI will have this major impact on customer support and operations. We want to learn from those opportunities from all of you. And so I also welcome, as you engage with these features, welcome the feedback. You can reach out personally to me or Mo. We're happy to chat on that. And lastly, I just want to pass this over to Mo. So he will talk through the specific features. And then, as I said, we'll hop into some prepared Q&A that we have. Mo, over to you.
Thanks, Dan. Support leaders have long embraced a cycle of continuous improvement through new insights. But what's new now is what Dan was referring to. The democratization of AI has made it such that we can extract new insights from customer conversations at a greater rate than ever before. Those insights mean we're going to learn even more about what works or what needs to be fixed to provide 5-star customer service. But the value of AI doesn't stop at insights. AI also allows support leaders to deploy new operating procedures through new automated playbooks that would otherwise be too costly and take valuable human time away from communicating with your customers. The combination of new insights and the ability to deploy new automated workflows improves the quality of customer conversations, and this is what's going to drive the virtuous cycle of 5-star customer service. The more conversations you handle, the more insights you'll get, the more you'll be able to automate. Next slide, please. And it's this virtuous cycle that informs our product roadmap and how we're thinking about building the next generation of Front. And to start, just 3 months ago, we released our digital deflection solution, AI Answers for Chat. And we already have customers seeing resolution rates in excess of 60%. AI Answers has helped Front customers serve their customers faster than ever before without sacrificing quality. By learning from your knowledge base or other help centers, Front AI is able to deliver resolutions on demand. It's easy to deploy, it's easy to manage, and most importantly, it helps service teams preserve their time for only the most complicated support issues. Next, and soon you'll be able to automate even more resolutions through chat by using our connectors framework. Connectors lets you bring in data from third-party systems into Front. By bringing connectors framework to chat, you'll be able to automatically resolve even more answers for your customers. And while we love chat and providing digital deflection solutions, we know the majority of customer communication, and especially the most complicated support cases, happen over email. Today, I'm excited to announce new capabilities and updates we're making available to assist your agents work through their emails even faster. First, we're improving our AI-powered summarize capabilities by automatically providing a summary of an email thread for you. AI is not only going to summarize what's happened across the email exchange, but will now also summarize what internal discussions your teams had about the email. And as new responses come or new discussions happen, the summary automatically updates for you. Auto Summarize is going to help your teams get up to speed quickly on the issues and help everyone stay on the same page for continued alignment. All customers on current growth and scale plans can turn on Auto Summaries starting today. Let's shift to tagging. Categorization of conversations is crucial to every support team's operations. And we've had AI tagging in private beta for the last several months and have seen amazing results. But today we're opening up AI tagging to all customers on growth and scale plans, and we're introducing AI tagging templates. Templates are prepackaged flows you can use to immediately start categorizing conversations by topic type or by sentiment, the two most commonly needed categories. And AI tagging is going to make it easier than ever to categorize all your conversations in Front, leading to faster and more accurate resolutions. AI summaries and AI tagging are great at helping your team learn and react more quickly, but sometimes you just need help responding to a customer with the right information. So today we're releasing suggested replies for email to beta for all customers on growth and scale plans. Suggested replies uses your knowledge base to automatically draft a message for you. This ensures that what you send to your customers is consistent with what you've documented and served up to your agents. We know that high quality customer service means you want to own the tone and content that you send to your customers. So with suggested replies, you can make edits to personalize the message before deciding to click send. And coming soon, we'll augment what you can do with suggested replies by using our connector framework again to bring in data from third-party systems. It's going to save your agents so much time and automatically provide all the context they need in line with the response. We know the power humans bring to support is their ability to understand nuance and complexities that AI can't. But that doesn't mean AI can't help in those instances as well. So also in beta, starting today, for all customers on current growth and scale plans, is similar conversations powered by Front's AI. When you receive a message that you may not be sure how to answer, or when existing playbook may not already exist, similar conversations can help by showing you other conversations teammates have resolved that look like what you're dealing with. This makes it easier than ever to share knowledge across your teams and can better guide you on how you can respond where a known playbook doesn't exist. I really can't wait for you to see how easy similar conversations makes it to share information across your team to better serve your customers. But we want to help support leaders also figure out how to automate even more to maximize team productivity. What's new and nuanced today should be made into a playbook for faster resolution tomorrow. So coming soon, we're going to deliver a new report to provide support leaders with insights into the kind of conversations their team is handling so they can see where new playbooks can drive greater efficiency. Because again, what you need insights to keep that virtuous cycle spinning. At large, insights and reporting is a huge area of investment for us. We know that great decisions start with great data, and available now is our new workload report. Workload report brings the most commonly used insights on how your teams are working into one place to help support leaders make better decisions faster than ever before. Also new, is our new Live Dashboard. Live Dashboard delivers real-time view into how your team's operating at the moment. You'll be able to use the live dashboard to better balance workloads or to decide if you need to jump in yourself to help serve your customers. I hope you're as excited as we are about the focus and direction in helping support leaders reimagine their teams for the next generation of customer service. With the exception of the sneak peeks provided today, everything we announced is available now. For the beta features around tagging, suggested replies, and similar conversations, they're available to turn on now to all growth and scale customers and until we reach capacity, They're free to use at least through the end of the year. And we'll be back in October to announce even more front lines. Dan, you want to take us into Q&A?
Perfect. Awesome. As I said, and as you highlighted, really exciting time at Front. I think we're working on cutting edge features, fast moving. Some of these, as I said, available today, and so excited about our future and the opportunity. And this leads us into Q&A. And I think, the very first question that we got is, where do you see the future of customer service going in the next few years? And how does AI fit into that? And I think, as you eloquently said, look, there are three massive opportunities to really for our focus on support operations around automation, assistance, and insights. We're putting a lot of focus on omnichannel. We're big believers that, look, these conversations are not just happening in email, they're happening on digital, they're across social, they're happening across SMS. So you can expect to see these features show up across those different channels. And then lastly, we really are focused on, look, we understand that there's a lot of teams that are providing support outside of the service and support organizations that you have. I highlighted that there's this immense opportunity in sales conversations. Those are very relevant to support needs, whether those internal or external. And so again, I think what you can expect for us is truly to think about how can we build features and start to pull in other supporting areas to Front. And again, I think there's just this immense opportunity. And part of the reason I got so excited to join Front is I truly believe we have one of the best platforms today for operations and support. And I think we have one of the best opportunities in all of B2B software. We sit on top of this immensely valuable conversational data set. We power some of the most critical conversations. And the opportunity is not just focusing on that for support teams, but it's around all of the surrounding teams. And so as I think about the years ahead, whether that's 2 years or 5 years or 10 years from now, I think what you'll start to see is it's not just building and leveraging AI and building features across channel. It's then getting back into how do we do this across different teams that help you build a faster and more efficient business. The second question that came up, to no surprise, as we're in this transformation of AI and the impact, is understanding where's the best place to start with AI? And so, Mo.
Yeah, it's a great question. Casual use of AI can really feel like magic, and it can provide pretty good answers to almost any question. But when you're using AI for business critical functions like supporting your customers, pretty good doesn't cut it. And the AI is only as good as the data you provide it. So this is why I encourage our customers to use our knowledge base to document your best practices. Whether or not you want to use AI, it's a good idea. But when you decide you want to use AI, it can show you its value really, really quickly. And over time, the sources of data are only going to expand. You'll want to use third-party systems. You're going to want to use conversation history, and you'll want to use new insights that are being generated. But starting with your most structured data in the knowledge base first will really help kickstart your efforts. And once you get that basis, it's really easy to get that virtuous cycle spinning. Dan?
Well said. Next up was, my team is skeptical about AI. How can I get them on board?
Can I take this one, Dan?
You can.
I totally understand the skeptics. There's a lot of messaging out there around AI automating what humans do, or AI being able to do the agent's job better than they can. And I just don't see it playing out that way, at least not in the near term. AI is going to do two things for us. One, it's going to help us minimize the amount of repeated work humans have to do. And two, it's going to enable support teams to deploy new automated processes that improve the quality of outcomes by supporting agents. So if you have a team or part of your team that's only focused on very common or repeated questions, yeah, there's a good chance AI can take that over in the relative near term. But that's just not the structure we see most teams deploying. And we need to guide our teams on how the future support will be focused on humans dealing with the most complex or nuanced issues, the kind of issues that aren't common or the kind of issues that are triggered by new behavior. AI can't find solutions to that when there isn't data to support it. Only humans can figure that out. But AI will be there to help them provide with context that can assist in solving their problem. And this is why I think ultimately the structure of teams in the future is only going to be composed of experts. experts that partner through information sharing on what they're discovering and using AI to more easily share that knowledge across each other.
Well said, Mo. Next up was a similar question to this, but many companies pitch AI as a way to replace support teams. And how should I address that with my TeamSphere? So again, this gets into some of the skepticism and some of the nervousness around AI. As I alluded to in my background, I've been fortunate to be playing with these technologies and leveraging for the past decade. And so I understand that there's this opportunity, and I would say a lot of hype in the market and pitch that says, look, AI is going to replace all of our jobs. Like you should fear it. Like you may need to fear it. I think the reality of this, and I use the self-driving car analogy, which is we're promised things and it turns out that they're a lot harder to, and it takes a lot longer for them to actually show up. And I think when we think about the true automation of what people are pitching to say, look, you don't need as large as a support team, you can just be hands-off with support. That's not a reality. I think LMMs are a great opportunity to leverage to build assist-type features and help categorize the data. But I don't believe that LMMs are the solution to full automation, which means you suddenly don't need a support team. I'm also a big believer, and as I shared this earlier, we're big believers that, look, your support and service teams are an extension of your brand. I think even when I play around with the latest ChatGPT models and speak to them, I know that it's a robot. I know that it's not a person. And I think when you think about complex issues and you think about extensions of your brand, that human element is going to be nearly impossible to replicate or replace. And so again, for me, the way I talk about it is simply that, where I think the automation is going to take longer. We underappreciate the complexity of actually the workflow itself. We underappreciate the complexity of having all of the integrated systems and the data to actually automate the workflow. And so our focus here, as Mo so eloquently highlighted, is really around having the human in the loop and the assist type features and be focused on that, delivering insights and leveraging AI to categorize and provide you insights so you can better manage the business. And that's not to say that we're not focused on automation. I think we've got some unique opportunities, but it's a focus on automation that is here to help you do things faster, better, easier with a human in the loop, as opposed to us pitching a story that says, look, it's automation where you can just trust the AI to do this as good as a person or as good as your existing support and service team. I just don't believe that today. And again, that's probably a little bit counterintuitive to some of, I think, the positioning and some of the hype that's in the market. But again, being experienced with the technologies over the past decade, that's my own belief of what is playing out. Next up, question for you, Mo. Many of Front's AI features have been for email. When will we expand? When will you expand to other channels?
Yeah, great question. So strategically, email is not the focus. Strategically, customer conversations are the focus. And we believe customer conversations are going to happen over email, they're going to happen over chat, they're going to happen over other channels. And we want to be able to act independent of the channel and just, again, focus on the customer conversation, because conversations might start in one channel and move to the other. But you're right, a lot of our current focus has been on email, and that's primarily because that's where we see the volume of conversations happening and where we have the biggest opportunity to have impact quickly for our customers, and also the greatest opportunity to learn on how to build better going forward for other channels. Now, it is worth noting, we did actually start with chat because that was the right place to deliver digital deflection, because that's normally where the most simple queries come in that can be easily deflected for your customers. But overall, we are starting with email at large, yes, because it's a volume statement and volume equals data and data makes AI better. But over the course of time, what you'll see is we'll be channel agnostic and far more focused on conversations wherever they start or exist. Dan?
Perfect. And last but not least, will Front ever integrate with legacy help desk systems? And for me, like the way we make decisions around integrations, it's from customer demand. Uniquely, we don't see a lot of customer demand to say, hey, we want to see integrations for these legacy systems. We understand that there's an interest in ticketing. We're going to have some really excited announcements here in fall at Front9s around our ticketing paradigm and investment and coming out in that market. And again, for us, it's really about, look, we want to be the single destination and the market leader in customer support software. We want to do that for digital deflection. We want to do that for shared inbox. We want to do that for ticketing, analytics, knowledge base. And we want to have the integrations to the systems like voice that help you enhance service and support and get things done. And so again, we're always going to make decisions on market pull around integrations. The legacy help desk systems, I would say we are looking to compete with those businesses. And I'm really excited about the announcements of fall, how hard our engineering team is pushing innovation. And so again, more announcements to come. And so with that said, and tying up Q&A, I just want to say thank you for joining us today. I think it's a really inspiring and a unique time at Front. I couldn't be more excited about joining this business. We have so many fantastic customers. Our teams are working extremely hard to deliver innovation. We have one of the best support teams on the planet. And so our thing is we want to deliver innovation as fast as and as quickly as possible, and also learn from that. So again, if you're looking to learn more, please find us on the web. And again, we'll be sharing out a recording of this. So hopefully you can share it and post it as well. We look forward to seeing you. Thanks again.
Thanks, everyone.